There are plenty of new faces in the weighing room this season. Amongst them, David Probert, who arrived early in November to take up the role as stable jockey to Erwin Sharpie. Getting a foot in the door isn't the easiest thing to do over here, but 3 winners last weekend suggest that word is getting around, and we caught up with David to find out how he is adapting to life in Dubai. It's your first experience of riding here in Dubai, David. How are you finding everything?
Yeah, it's different to the UK, but no, I'm really enjoying the experience anyway.
And how did the job come about in the first place?
Well, Erwin actually mentioned to Dane that he was looking for the jockey, and Dane then spoke to me and said, was I interested? And obviously, I've never done it before, so I took up the opportunity, and here I am.
Was it a difficult decision to make, bearing in mind the sort of added prestige of riding on the all-weather in England nowadays?
Yeah, obviously we have a lot of racing over the winter now in the UK, but always wanted to do a winter in Dubai, and I just thought, the opportunity was there, and I just couldn't really let it down.
And for somebody who's used to riding several runners every day, has there been a sense of frustration that you just ride like 2 or 3 times a week and then maybe only once or twice a meeting?
Yeah, it's obviously you only race 3 times a week over here, but it's pretty relaxing, and I just mainly just trying to enjoy the experience.
Was it a big relief when you got that first winner on the board aboard Canyon Conga last weekend?
Definitely, yeah, especially to get my first winner made, and obviously it was a big deal, and hopefully get some more opportunities like that.
Could you hear Mohammed Ramadan shouting you in from the sidelines?
Yeah, I did, yeah, he was doing some jumping about when I come back in, so no, he's a good guy, and I think he deserves it.
And you added a couple of Arabian winners over the 2 preceding days. So what's it been like riding the different breed?
Yeah, different. Kind of they're difficult to get on with, but at the same time, I've been lucky enough to get on quite a couple of nice Arabians. So it's going well, and hopefully I can get on a couple more.
And a few jockeys have mentioned the sort of increased fitness that maybe you need to ride the Arabians and indeed ride on dirt. Is that something that you found?
For sure, yeah. You definitely need to have your fitness up. It's hard work, especially with the kickback. A lot of these tracks, I think the kickback's pretty bad, but definitely fitness-wise, you need to be on top of your game.
Was it a sense of irony that you and Frederick Tylicki have both arrived at the same time? Of course, you went head-to-head in the Apprentice title back in 2009. What was that like, looking back at that year?
Yeah, I got on great with Freddie, and it was great to be in the title with him. Unfortunately, I lost by 1, and Freddie won it that year. But I think we've done pretty well to be where we are now.
Some people would say that losing your claim that quickly can maybe cause a bit of a hangover effect. Was that something that you maybe felt?
Yeah, well, I was lucky enough to be joint champion apprentice with William, and then obviously have another good year the previous year with my claim, and then kind of roll out with it without my claim. So I've kind of rolled out, and hasn't really stopped me from riding winners, which I think if you kind of start, then it does get a little bit more difficult.
And obviously you've stayed with Andrew Balding pretty much since you started riding. What sort of a boss is he like?
Oh, he's a great boss. Yeah, he's been very supportive from the word go, and couldn't really ask for any more, and it's probably down to him that I'm probably here, to be fair, giving me the opportunities that he's given me.
Was it something you discussed with him before you came over here?
Yeah, I discussed it with him. Obviously he's had a lot of horses come over for the carnival. He was pretty supportive on me coming over here, and he said good luck really, and hopefully I do pretty well. So no, he's been pretty good.
And there's some big retained owners in the yard who've got their own retained jockeys. Is that maybe difficult for you at times to see the better horses perhaps going elsewhere?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, Elm Park was one of the Kingsclear horses to begin with, and I was lucky enough to ride him in as a 2-year-old. But then he was sold to Sheikh Fahd, and obviously I lost the ride. But I think that's a part of racing, kind of has its ups and downs. But I've been lucky enough to keep on a couple of nice horses in the last couple of years. So I'm happy enough with the way it's going.
And what would be your biggest success? Born in Bombay, perhaps, at Royal Ascot?
Yeah, I would have thought so. You know, winning a handicap at Royal Ascot is probably the highlight of my career. But yeah, I suppose it was unbelievable.
And you've only just turned 27, is it, last week? What would be your ultimate career ambition?
Yeah, obviously it would be able to win probably the World Cup or win the Derby. You know, I think that's everyone's ambition. But you know, I'll take every winner as it comes.